Breaking news, Fairy Tale The 100-Year Quest Chapter 2. But before we get into that, go plus ultra and smash the subscribe button. It lets me know that you're rocking with the content that I'm putting out here on this channel. And without further ado, let's get into the review. Now, Chapter 2 of the 100-Year Quest. Let's just go ahead and dive right into it. After we find out that Eliphasaria is indeed a dragon slayer, and he is the originator of all mage guilds that have been created after him establishing the very first guild, Magia Dragon. Eliphasaria is a self-taught dragon slayer who, much like Acnologia, was transformed into a dragon after his dragon slayer magic consumed his body, and the dragon seed took him over, which is also how he is immortal and hasn't died in over 400 years. He's just been chilling, hiding out in Magia Dragon, and nobody has came to him. Acnologia must have just forgot about him. I guess he was one of those dragon slayers that just stopped using his magic and just remained low-key, because that's really the only explanation. But that's really not even an explanation, because Acnologia can smell out dragon slayers, so he should have been able to smell out Eliphasaria. I don't really know. Look, the plot holes are already starting in Chapter 2 of the 100-Year Quest. Acnologia smelled every other dragon slayer out. He should have been able to smell out Eliphasaria. I couldn't even tell you why he couldn't do that. Maybe it's a strength thing, you know what I mean? Maybe there were some dragons that even Acnologia could not handle, and he just left them off, or maybe he was waiting to save them for last and just wanted to knock out all the rookie dragon slayers out the way. I couldn't tell you. Look, I really couldn't tell you. Let's get on with Chapter 2, though. But basically, Eliphasaria, he explains that the 100-Year Quest is a pentadragon quest in which Natsu and the gang have to seal, and they specified seal. They have to seal these 5 dragons, but not just normal dragons. Oh no, these are 5 god-tier dragons that they have to seal away. Okay, so basically what happened was Eliphasaria, when he was a human, tasked himself with doing this quest, right? He gave this mission to himself. It wasn't until he realized that he was not able to achieve this mission that he then made that mission a quest for other people to achieve. These 5 dragons, these pentadragons, are on the same level as Acnologia, and we all remember how that went for Fairy Tale and just the entire wizard world in general. You see what I'm saying? Which now confirms why Acnologia did not take on these 5 pentadragons. It's very important that I tell you all that Acnologia is not a part of the pentadragons. He's not. He's like an anomaly, right? He wasn't meant to be, but he did. He achieved the god tier rank as these other 5 dragons by slaying all the other dragons and just consuming their magic power, or how have you. So when Gildarts ran into Acnologia, it was an anomaly. Gildarts wasn't searching for Acnologia. Acnologia just found Gildarts and they did battle. I guess Gildarts may have thought that Acnologia was one of the pentadragons, because, I mean, come on now, dragons are all but extinct. Everyone thinks that they're just extinct creatures. So I guess whatever dragon you run into that's not Eliphasaria, you're just going to assume that it's one of the pentadragons, because Eliphasaria has stated that they don't know the location of all of the dragons. But we're going to get into that a little bit later down the road. I just wanted to make that perfectly clear that Acnologia is not one of the pentadragons that Eliphasaria is describing to Natsu and the gang. The thing that really has me on the fence about this entire quest is that Eliphasaria asked, do you think you all have what it takes to take on this quest, after he told him what it was? And Gray is like, we're here, aren't we? Like, he's trying to be so smug. So to paint this picture better for you all, and why I really have a problem with any one of these people taking on the quest that aren't dragon slayers, is that the timeline is that the last fight with Acnologia just ended, and they're all heading out almost immediately. We don't know an exact timeline, but from the looks of the artwork, they're all heading out almost immediately after this quest. Not the quest. They're heading out immediately after the final war with Acnologia and Zareth. So we can safely assume that they are all at the same power level, if not a little bit stronger, but nothing groundbreaking. Why are you talking so much shit, Gray, if you couldn't beat Acnologia, and Eliphasaria is saying the pentadragons are all just as strong as him, if not stronger, and they are definitely god tier level dragons. They're called dragon gods. Gray, you're talking way too much shit. Actually, all of y'all really shouldn't be there. Luffy definitely shouldn't be there. everyone else I can see being there, maybe except for Lucy. You really need the other Dragon Slayers there. I don't understand what the point of the Dragon Slayers are if you're not going out to slay the dragons. That's kind of your shit. That's really the only reason y'all exist, is to slay dragons. I don't expect anybody other than S-rank wizards from Fairy Tail and all of the Dragon Slayers to be there, or at least the ones a part of the Fairy Tail Guild. Laxus and Gajeel need to be there to slay Lucy just needs to go. All right. Look, I'm gonna keep going on with the review. I'm just saying, I don't see them beating these god tier level dragons without plot armor. Like, not without plot armor. But that ends the first half of chapter 2, right? So keep this in mind. They keep flashing back and forward between Natsu and the gang in Giltena, and then they go back to Fioria, where they're looking at the guild hall with all the guild members and this new girl, Youka. They keep flashing back and forth. Now, check this out. The second half is where we flash back to the guild, and the new girl, Takua, is in an argument with Juvia because of Gray and Natsu. And Takua is basically like, Juvia wants to go to Giltena to travel with Gray and to look after Gray and to basically try to protect him, right? Takua, she's being a dick, and she's like, don't you believe in Gray? Why can't you wait for him to return? And Juvia claps back and basically like, you got a lot of competition on your hands. Between Lucy, Lasana, and Ezra, do you think Natsu has any time to include you in his life? And then Lasana wants to pop up and be like, why did you include me in that list? Oh, I don't know, Lasana. Maybe, just maybe, and this could be very controversial. You were foreshadowed as his love interest all the way through season 1 and until you were brought back to life, right? Everybody thought you were going to be this big love interest that opposes Lucy as Lucy and Natsu started to get close to each other. But real talk, Lasana, you were that. Y'all raised happy together. Y'all talked about having a family. You blush. He got so mad at Lucy back when they were in the forest, where Lucy was scolding him because he did something to Happy, and Happy got really upset, and Lucy was like, you need to apologize, or something like that. And Natsu was like, shut up. And he stormed off, and that's when we saw the whole flashback of Lasana. That's when we really get to see Natsu and Lasana's relationship. So when Lasana came back to life, it's kind of like, Hiro Mashima, you did absolutely nothing with this character at all. Why did you even bring her back? She does nothing. She did nothing significant with Natsu. She did nothing significant throughout the entirety of the series. You could have left her dead and used her as a plot element as to why Natsu doesn't want to get close to Lucy or whatever, because he sees similarities in Lucy and Lasana. Like, you could have did so much with that, but you brought her back to life. Nobody died in Fairy Tail. But I will say this. While Juvia and Takua were arguing, we flashed to Lily and Gajeel, and Lily asked Gajeel what's bothering him because he looks puzzled, and he's basically like, that name Takua mentioned, Briere. She mentioned that name. And honestly, I don't even know who Briere is, but it sparked Gajeel because, he's part of the detective police force in Fairy Tail, right? In their country. And basically, he has all this information and access to things. I don't know. I have no idea who this person is, but that sparks Gajeel, and he becomes very suspicious of their new guild member, and I don't know after that, but we're going to see. We're going to see what happens after this chapter, what Gajeel is going to do with Takua. Is he going to investigate? Is he just going to... I don't know. Let's see what Detective Gajeel got up his sleeve. But that is all I have for y'all today. That is chapter 2 of the 100-Year Quest. Are you interested? What do you think? What do you think's really going to happen? I don't know. I like it. I like it so far. The first 2 chapters, very good. It's a monthly series. I'm sorry, it's like a bi-weekly series, but they only drop about 20 pages. 20 pages, give or take. So it's a very fast read if you did want to read. But, like I said, go plus ultra, smash that subscribe button, share it, like it, comment it, all that fancy stuff. And like always, keep it safe, rep it tight. I'm out.
We need to talk, Slayer. We should speak. Let's get this operation underway. Good shooting.
There you are. Go on, get slayed.
How are those weapons treating you? Fight well, my friend.
Hello, Slayer. I am certain you can accomplish this. Off you go.
Good to see ya. See you again.
Weapons are only as good as the Slayer who wields them. Take the fight to the behemoths.